Hey guys, it's been a while. Winter is 100% the time of the year where I am at my least productive, or at least I'm at my gloomiest. I feel I'm definitely not as social, not as present as I want to be. I'm very much the type of person that likes sunlight, so when the sun is not out, I'm not out, basically. Today the sun is out, which means I have energy to make a video. If you've been watching my channel, you probably noticed a little bit of an absence. I apologize. When finals week ended, I've literally done nothing productive content-wise, besides a couple shorts here and there. But I think something that I do like about the winter time is that this is usually the era where I am a little more nostalgic than usual. It's probably because it's the holidays, like a lot of people have fond memories from childhood, holiday season, gifts, stuff like that. So this is really the time where I am just tapping into a lot more nostalgic things that I'm not usually into throughout the year. I don't know, it's been a little bit more than just nostalgic gaming, but I know this channel is pretty nostalgic based. So I'm going to show you what I've been up to, things I've been doing, playing, watching, simply whatever has just been keeping me busy. So let's begin with what I have been playing. All right. So playing games, obviously, is an activity I do pretty often. I've recently wrapped up playing Metroid Prime 4, and honestly, it's a solid 8 out of 10 for me. It is my personal favorite Prime game in the series, but it is definitely not the best Prime game. I know someone in the comments is gonna be like, how do you even like Prime 4 over Prime 1? That is a whole other conversation. It's just my personal favorite to play, but I can recognize that it is pretty flawed at the same time. I am debating doing a 100% run, but Prime games are very difficult and annoying to 100% just because of how much there is to scan. We're gonna briefly come back to Prime 4, but this game basically kicked off my winter break, and it is the most fun I've ever had with a Prime game. I'm a sucker for groups of characters like this, so I thought it was a little interesting to see what Samus would be like in a more social situation, even if that kind of goes against the whole Metroid thing. I don't know, I genuinely had so much fun playing this game. I admired the art direction, the visuals were freaking fantastic. But after beating Prime 4, I had a little bit of a Minecraft phase. I made a realm where I made a little Christmas village because I kept seeing videos of people making Christmas villages with their friends. I thought that would be really fun to do, so I kind of locked in a bit there. But I did really want a quick palette cleanser to play before I move on to my next big game. And I have a few in mind, but I very quickly dropped them and went straight to the other game, but I'm just gonna tell you anyway. I feel like Kirby Air Riders is just a no-brainer. This game is so freaking good. I've been enjoying it so much recently. You can't go wrong with Kirby Air Riders. Kirby Air Ride was literally one of my favorite GameCube games, so this just hits. This hits so hard. I also got the new SpongeBob platformer. I freaking love SpongeBob platformers. I don't care what anyone says. These are kind of amazing. And they're usually pretty short, so it's a good palette cleanser. I just love playing short games, or just games I don't really need to use a lot of brain power on before I move on to something else that will need that brain power. However, as much as I love me a SpongeBob platformer, I didn't play the other games on Switch, but I bought this on Switch 2 because, it came out on Switch 2, right? I might as well use my Switch 2. I didn't look up if it ran good on the Switch 2 beforehand because, it's a brand new console. I would expect my games to run good. This game does not run good. I don't know what was up with the developers during this, but come on guys, we gotta lock in. It's a SpongeBob game. There's no way I should be getting frame drops in my SpongeBob game on brand new hardware. Come on. But all of that aside, and me just not wanting to buy it on another platform, I'm having fun with this. I really like it so far. It's definitely better paced than Cosmic Shake, that's for sure. But I did also get a couple more games because of, I don't even have a reason, I just wanted to. I got Tamagotchi Plaza and Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Tamagotchi Plaza because I am a big fan of the Tamagotchi Corner Shop games. I've actually been playing the Tamagotchi Corner Shop games on 2 different 3DSs, but I have this one here right now. This beautiful 3DS, mind you. This gorgeously refurbished 3DS I was sent from Quality Finds. Not that they're sponsored or anything, I just love Quality Finds. but they do professionally refurbish 3DSs and other Nintendo handhelds, and I think just handhelds in general. But I have been using this. I have been playing Tamagotchi Corner Shop on it, and I have learned to love it. I've learned to love Tamagotchi Corner Shop. If you don't know, they're pretty much just a bunch of mini games thrown together that are Tamagotchi themed. The original DS games were made, I believe, by the same developers of the Parappa series, which is always a delight to see. There's a mini game in here. I don't know if it's in Plaza yet, but there's a mini game on the DS version that is kind of giving Parappa, and that kind of has that Parappa energy, and I love it. I'm addicted to it, even though I kind of suck at it. But that's been playing on here. So I decided to get Tamagotchi Plaza on the Switch just because it is like the spiritual successor to the Corner Shop games, or I think they even just call it a new Corner Shop game, to be honest with you. It's been a little bit confusing, but to be fair, the Corner Shop games are also a little confusing the first time you play it. I also just really like walking around and seeing like the Tamagotchi world in 3D. By the way, I hope this happens soon because we are very quickly nearing the year mark, I believe, of this game being out on mobile, but there is a Tamagotchi Island game that is released only on Apple Arcade. And if you know anything about Hello Kitty Island Adventure, you know that it was also an Apple Arcade game that was released on Switch like a year or two later. So I'm just saying, Apple or whoever developed the Tamagotchi Island game, I want to play it, please. I don't know what it is. After New Horizons came out, there was a sudden rise of like mascot island games, and I low-key want to make a video about that because there are so many. I really want to make a video about the Sumiko Island game being part of it because they also made one, which I think is just crazy. But there's a Tamagotchi one and there's a Hello Kitty one. So you know, I'm just saying. Let me know if you want a video on that because I would love an excuse to buy the Sumiko game. It is $50 and I think that's a little crazy for what it looks like, and I've not seen it on sale yet. But I'm saying, if you guys want a video on that, I would love an excuse to buy a game with my little polar bear goat. Anyway, Hello Kitty Island Adventure is the other game that I got, and low-key, it's kind of fun so far. I didn't expect it to be super amazing. It is still very mobile game-ish, I guess, mostly in the UI. However, it is very solid for a Hello Kitty game, you know? It is very solid. I'm not big on Sanrio characters. I am, like I said, I'm more of a Sumiko girl. I actually got a couple Sumiko blind boxes the other day, and I know that they're literally the same thing, but come on. I just love this polar bear. But I do love me some Sanrio characters every now and then. I am a pom-pom person. I just love the guy. And honestly, the character creation kind of reminds me of Littlest Pet Shop a bit. So, you know, that's awesome. And it also made me think, you know, while we are in an era where Littlest Pet Shops are coming back a little bit, which I will get to, I kind of think that Littlest Pet Shops should have an island game since we're following these trends, you know what I mean? But anyway, those are the games that I got as little palate cleansers, and everything was going smoothly. Everything was going totally fine and awesome until Christmas Day came and I saw Avatar 3, and I went on my phone and I was like, okay, bet, what do we got now? Turns out the Avatar game, Frontiers of Pandora, got a DLC that ties in to the movie that is the length of an entire fucking video game. So we basically got a sequel to Frontiers of Pandora in Frontiers of Pandora. And something you should know about me is I fucking love the world of Avatar. I've never met somebody in person that likes Avatar, especially in my age group. You know, I'm in my 20s. I was a very small child when I saw the first Avatar movie, and I loved it as a very small child. I watched the first Avatar movie so much as a kid. I don't know how my attention span was like that to watch it that many times, but I did. So when Avatar 2 came out, I was like kind of iffy, kind of not into it until I played Frontiers of Pandora, which just threw me back into this world. Because low-key, guys, even if you don't like Avatar, or even if you've never seen the movies, I think everyone should give Frontiers of Pandora a chance, okay? There are only 3 video games I have played in my lifetime that have had me so immersed that I need to play it with headphones on. Those games being the Metroid Prime series, all of them, besides maybe Federation Force. I've had to play with headphones on, no exceptions. Marathon, which isn't even out yet. I just played the early access, so I have to wait until March to play it again. And Frontiers of Pandora. That is how immersive and good the game is, okay? Like, I don't even know how to begin. It's a beautiful game. It launched pretty buggy, but so far, since I've gone back to it, I haven't had a single problem. It now has a third-person mode, which a lot of people complained about when the game launched without a third-person mode, but low-key, I really like playing as my character in first person, but also the story that ties into 3. I really like playing in third person, so you know, it's all about preference, right? Also, you can just go directly into the DLC that ties into the third movie, which I think is really cool because you can play either one first, and it gives you like a recap on like what you might need to know from the first story. It's really cool. It's really cool. I love Avatar, and I love Frontiers of Pandora. I think everyone should play it, honestly. But anyway, as for the games, that has been all that's been keeping me busy for the winter, video game wise. But we shall move on to what else has been keeping me busy this winter. Something else that I have been really into recently. Oh dear. Oh Lord. The next thing that has been keeping me busy this winter is collecting DVDs. This winter has been a lot of watching movies, older movies, or even just some newer movies that I might have missed growing up or recently. Or, you know, just finding an excuse to use my DVD player, which I will show you in a second. But these are a bunch of movies that I'm going to watch or have already watched this winter. Mostly nostalgic movies. Like I said, I watched The Devil Wears Prada for the first time. I know it's crazy that I am in my 20s and I just now watched The Devil Wears Prada. I rewatched the remake of West Side Story because I kind of vibe with it. I'm really picky with my musicals, even though I love musicals, but I do kind of like the remake of West Side Story. I also really like the 90s live action Cinderella with Brandy. I rewatched that one recently too. I love it. I don't know if I'm gonna commit to it because it is long, but I'm thinking about rewatching Avatar 1. I rewatched the first Knives Out because the third Knives Out was really freaking good and I think everyone should watch it. Wake Up Dead Man. It's on Netflix. You should see it. But I did watch the first Knives Out because I realized I've never freaking seen it, so I watched it. And I liked it. It was good. I also have a good handful of Barbie movies because nostalgia. And honestly, I don't see enough people talk about how the animated Barbie movies from this era are low-key good. Like, just as a standalone animated film, a lot of these Barbie movies are really good. I love 12 Dancing Princesses. I think it's kind of one of my favorites of this era. And also, you know, Princess and the Pauper, which I also have on DVD. I watched the Barbie Christmas Carol on Christmas. And again, I don't know how it was one of the very few Barbie movies of this era that I missed. And I really liked the Christmas Carol. I think it's because I'd always watch the Disney Christmas Carol on Christmas. And I would just never watch any other Christmas Carol movie. But yes, I have been collecting DVDs. I have so many more just over yonder. But it has just been a lot of watching like late 90s, 2000s movies that I know a lot of people love that I might have never seen. And of course, you know, I watched Wake Up Dead Man and Avatar 3, which were both really good, and I think everyone should see it. But anyway, let me show you my DVD player. Here it is. This is the GPX DVD player, if you want to try to find one yourself. I got this one off of eBay earlier this year, but look at how gorgeous this is. I love this thing. It has been getting so much use this break, like... Yeah, I have Cinderella in here. It is so nice. The seller I got it from had everything, even the carrying case with it. It came with a remote too, which I thought was just really nice, but I do spend most of my time just in front of it anyway, so I don't really need the remote. But I think it's also because you can plug it into a TV, which is so cool. Some people might be thinking, why don't you just, you know, stream the movies? And to that I say, well, one, I'm a nostalgic channel. And two, honestly, it just keeps me a little more focused when I have a device in front of me. I just lock in a little bit harder on the movie than if I watched it like on my laptop, where I can just very quickly open a new tab and like look something up while the movie's playing. Is that something wrong with me? Maybe. But something about just having this little thing like at my desk, I can just focus on it more. And that while I'm also doing something else like drawing or doing a little doodling. And that brings us to our next thing that has been keeping me busy this winter. I have been obsessed with building little miniature rooms and shit on top of rekindling my love for Littlest Pet Shop, because I used to be huge on the YouTube side of Littlest Pet Shops, which I have briefly brought up because I covered the virtual pets, but I might be making a video about Littlest Pet Shops just because I am very into it right now. You know how people are into calico critters right now? That's me with Littlest Pet Shops, because look how cute she is. Anyway, I have rekindled my love for these little creatures and just kind of collecting them because my childhood collection is across the state with my parents. So I have been building kind of like a cute little dream home for them, and I am about to show you. My desk is insanely messy, so we're gonna try to do this in a way that doesn't expose me. This right here, this is their little home. There's a lot of them right now because I kind of just threw them all on here, but I made a couple TikToks about these and they have been getting a lot of views and I've been getting a lot of questions about it. So these are the Roll Life Super Creator Rooms. They are little like Animal Crossing style rooms that you can connect to each other, and if you connect a lot of them, you can just have like a mansion. It is so cool. They even have a little balcony, which I think is just super cute. I'm thinking about getting a second one and putting it right here so that it's like one big balcony, and then I can just kind of be done with at least the home for now. They also sell a bunch of little stores and stuff, and I just think it's fun. I just think it's a fun little thing. It could just be because I've been a little gloom and doom throughout the winter, and this is like a fun way to just reminisce on my childhood, or it could just be a very cute thing that I'm into right now. I don't know what it is. It's just the little sets, they just remind me of Animal Crossing. Like I could totally build this in Animal Crossing. So I just think that's really cool. Also, here's some more Sumiko blind boxes that I love. I also got them a car. But anyway, while I am watching movies on my DVD player, I have found it pretty peaceful just building these and like looking at all these cute little details, and I've just found it fun, and I just thought it was really cute and super fun and super cute and super fun. Anyway, I got mine on Amazon, but I have seen some of these in like bookstores, and even some craft stores have these, and I think that's really cool. But they're also on TikTok Shop, which I've linked to some people on there who have asked me. But yeah, I just think this is it's so cute. It's so cute, and it makes me kind of want to like rekindle that little LPS YouTuber in me and make like a little mini show with them or something. I just think it would be cute. But anyway, that is mostly what I have been doing while having this on. And you know what, let me show you it on, because I just think it's so cool. It's such a fun little thing to look at. I feel like a lot of DVD players nowadays also just are very simple, and it's probably because, you know, nobody's really buying DVD players anymore. And something about this one, just having a little bit of style to it, is just so nice, and it's blue. Isn't that cool? But anyway, on top of movies and building miniature homes, I have also started a media journal. This specific journal is by Paper Source. They have this line of journals where you can build your own. I'm pretty sure they are just called the build your own journals. You can buy like different covers for them and different things to put in it. I personally like them just how they are. This is my personal journal. I have a ton of stickers on here, and I like to have stuff like a little bucket list on here, just a lot of stuff like that. But this one specifically is for movies, books, and games and other media I've just been consuming because I feel like I usually forget what I've done, what I've seen, consumed this year by the end of the year. And I noticed that this month pretty much when I was trying to think back on like, okay, what did I even like play this year? What did I even... So this will now be my way to log everything I've watched and played and read and all of that. I also am thinking about putting some goals here. It's kind of inspired by Gaming in Yellow on Instagram and TikTok. She has a gorgeous gaming journal, and this was originally just going to be for gaming, but I watched so many movies. I was like, you know what? Whatever. So I'm just going to show you a little bit. The first page is, of course, Metroid Prime 4. I have decided I will only fill pages once I have beat a game, because I am the type of person that if I start to lose interest in the game, I might swap to another game for a bit, and then it will be forever until I actually beat the game. So the first entry is Metroid Prime 4. I waited 8 years for this game to come out, so I had a lot of thoughts. But this is basically how it went down, right? I put some of my likes, some of my dislikes. I have a photo printer that I was also sent. This one is by HPRT. It is a zinc photo printer, so they're not the best quality, but they are very good for stuff like this where I just need a freaking picture. But yeah, I wrote so many thoughts about Prime 4, so much so, like, I'm not even joking with you when I say that I love Metroid Prime 4, even if a lot of people don't like things about it. I am so invested in the lore of the Metroid franchise, okay? I actually, if I have to be honest with you, the thing that got me into the Metroid franchise was the story. And because Metroid Prime 4 is so narrative driven, which I personally love, I was taking notes. I was taking so many notes. And I was just, I was so invested in what was going down. So this is my take on my lore for Prime 4. I just did a couple of sketches. All of this entire page spread was inspired by Gaming in Yellow. I'll probably throw up some pictures of what her journals usually look like. She does like super detailed and unique little page spreads, and I absolutely love it. But for the most part, I just wanted to quickly jot down my thoughts. I even tried to copy their star chart that they like very briefly showed at the end and kind of in the beginning of the game, but it kind of turned out dookie. But for the most part, I kind of love how this looks. I am wanting to do this with more games that I just get super sucked into. I think Avatar will be next because this DLC already has me hooked. So don't be surprised if next time you see this journal, the next game spread is just shit fucking doodles everywhere of Pandora. But anyway, after this, I kind of just started watching a bunch of movies. There hasn't been any big game I've been like jotting down things about. So here is how I've been doing my movie reviews. Again, I just print the poster mostly. You can see I've been watching a lot of 2000s like girly movies, girly pop movies. I usually just do the movie title when I watched it, if it was the first time I watched it, my rating, would I watch it again, and then the genre, and then I just jot down my thoughts and repeat. There's all that. And then here is the next page. I also watched Death Becomes Her for the first time. I know it's crazy that I'm watching these for the first time, but at least I'm seeing them. I really liked it. I really liked Death Becomes Her. But yeah, I ended up rewatching all of the Knives Out movies. I think Glass Onion is the weakest in the trilogy. I don't think that's a hot take. And the last, actually, no, it's not. Haha. But one of my last entries was Avatar, and then, we'll get to that. And then West Side Story, Christmas Carol, and Cinderella. I also, like I said, I've been kind of rekindling my interest in Lila's Pet Shop YouTube. I don't know if any of you guys are aware, but I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown anyway. That side of YouTube is full of freaking indie filmmakers. It is crazy. There are so many shows going on that are very much like not for small children, you know, the target demographic for Lila's Pet Shops. But the most popular of the show, the biggest, millions of views in each episode, is LPS Popular. And I'm debating if I want to throw it in here because I did rewatch it all. Honestly, I might. This is a fan-made poster I found on Twitter of someone who remade the Euphoria posters with Popular. And I was like, that is so freaking funny. I'm using this. So I might throw this on here and give my little rating. But for now, it's just kind of lingering because I'm like, do I want people who look through this in the future to know that I binged LPS Popular and multiple other LPS shows? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But all of these tied together in this gorgeous little journal that I'm excited to fill up because I feel like I'm already at a pretty good pace for just being a month in. I feel like this is pretty solid, at least for me. And of course, on the side, I have been journaling, not as much recently. I feel like everything in this video, I've just been juggling around, so I haven't really journaled much this winter break. I do go back to school soon. I do go back to university soon. I'm in my final year of college. I'm in the final stretch. It's a little stressful, I'll admit, but something kind of cool. This looks a little messy. Honestly, I'm not too happy with how this looks, but I did have a things I'm looking forward to this month, and I need to finish printing out screenshots of my recaps on here. Like my Steam recap was kind of crazy. I also have some friends doodle on here on the occasion. But for the most part, I just write about my day, write about some interesting things that happen, just keep it brief. I used to do 1 page a day. This break, I have been slacking, so that is entirely on me. But you can probably get why I've been slacking. I've been doing a lot. On top of all of this, I also have been doing a lot of baking. I love baking. Baking is just one of the many ways that I go about my day, either when I'm procrastinating or I'm just not in a good mood. I'm like, I'll just bake something. I've also been going on walks with my iPod. This is my beautiful iPod Nano that it's dying, oh no, that I got refurbished from Parts Plus Pods, I believe was the name of the store. He replaces batteries on iPod Nanos, which is so amazing because if you know anything about iPods, these are the iPods that are extremely difficult to replace the battery because of how thin it is. It can just become like a ticking time bomb. But this seller is brave enough to replace the cursed pillow. So that has been very nice because I've been using this iPod for months. I have an iPod Classic with way more music on it, but this is honestly my main iPod. I take it with me everywhere. I love just going on walks with my earbuds in, walking around my apartment, just having this playing, not really thinking about anything, or even maybe I'm plotting my next video. You never know. But it is very peaceful. Again, it's like a very brief way to disconnect as someone who does social media as a job. So I do constantly need to stay connected, but pretty much everything I've mentioned in this video are just very nice, brief ways to disconnect and to just kind of do my own thing. You know what I mean? I know what I mean. However, I believe that that is it. I think that is all I got. These have been the things that I do to stay busy, to stay out of the little seasonal gloominess that lingers around this time. So thank you guys for watching this video. I can't believe it is already the end of the year, or maybe it's the new year. Maybe it's already been 2026 when you're watching this video, or a few years down the line. Who knows? Who knows? I do want to take this last stretch though to talk about some achievements that I have gotten this year. This year is when I truly started to make videos. I pretty much call this the year that I did start this channel, even though this channel has been around for a few years. This is the year that I really started uploading, and this year alone I have gotten 14.5 thousand subscribers, and that is so awesome to me. Honestly, thank you guys for just sticking around. I feel super grateful for everyone who just tunes into my videos just because it's me. I still think that that is really crazy. I've had so many comments of people just being like, I love your voice. I love just watching these videos because your voice is so soothing or calming. And I'm like, dude, that is so cool. Thank you. Honestly, that means a lot that there are so many of you that tune in just for me and not because of what I'm talking about. That I don't know if that's basic, people have YouTubers that they just watch because it's them. But to me, that means a lot. So thank you. And I cannot wait to see where 2026 takes this channel. I have a really good feeling about 2026 and this channel. I don't really have any like subscriber goals or anything. I just want to see what happens. I want to see what crazy things happen that I'm just like, oh, I need to make a video about this, you know? So thank you for watching this video. I hope that if you were drawing while watching this video, I hope your drawing turned out fantastic. If you were doing chores, I hope you got your chores done. Or if you were just eating a good meal, I hope your meal was delicious. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Bye!